Good afternoon and welcome to a very special Banking Hall of Fame special edition here on Weekends Miami Beach. My name is Chef Bernie Matz, and every Friday afternoon at 5 p.m., my co-host and I, Diego Caiola, what's up?
What's up?
What's up, D? As
really
I call
excited
you.
today.
Yeah, are you?
I'm really excited. I think we're having like a man's man show today.
This is more of a manly show today.
I think so. I see whiskey on the table.
Yep.
And then we're about to introduce our guest, right, Bernie?
That's right. Our guest is the Senior VP of Private Client Group Manager right there on 41st Street at First Horizon Bank. He is a legend here in Miami Beach. His family is also a legend. Your father was a legend, right, Michael? I would
My
say.
dad, still have him. Going to be
Still have
92
him,
this
God bless.
October. Lived on the beach for 88 years. He's been on the
Baruch
beach.
Hashem. You know what,
Lucky.
Michael? You're
Lucky
not
dad.
going to believe this.
But hold on a second. You
yes.
skipped the introduction.
Our guest is Michael Goldberg.
Let's go, Michael!
Gotta give my dad some kudos. You know, I wouldn't be here without him.
Yes.
I wouldn't be here without him. You know,
need- yeah.
so blessed to still have him here at 91.
Great having you, brother.
Michael Goldberg has been a banker on 41st Street here in Miami Beach for about 35 years.
35, going on
Is that
36.
right?
Yep,
Michael was also born here in Miami Beach, born at Mount Sinai Hospital, right?
absolutely.
Beach high tide guy.
Yes, sir.
High tide for life, right?
Right?
Like
Yeah.
my friend Diego.
The best.
High tide for
Right.
life.
The best.
You guys are like part of a fraternity.
It
right?
is.
It
It
is.
really
High tide
is. You know,
fraternity.
Special. That's
when
special.
people see me and my friends together that didn't grow up with us, they're like, "Oh, you know, I'm kind of jealous. You guys have such a good friendship." I'm like, we went to this really special place called Beach High.
Miami Beach high tide.
Yeah, and
Nothing to do with getting high. I mean,
Well,
high
actually,
tide
in the
is-
80s, it did
did.
have a little connotation
It
in the
had a-
1980s.
Yeah.
I was playing football. You know, I didn't do that because I played
Right.
varsity football. So
But it's not our fault. There was an empty golf course behind the school, right? That everyone went to skip and went over there and smoked their
So you're
joints.
blaming it on the golf course that people went over there and
Yes,
got
they
high.
gave us. It was open lunch back then. We were able to go out for an hour and do whatever we wanted.
your class was probably the last one that had open lunch.
I know, I think
after
95.
you, they shut it. They
Yeah,
shut it down.
after
They shut it
95,
down.
yeah, they shut it.
down.
You
Yep.
ruined it for the all.
We
all
really,
subsequent
really
classes.
did ruin it for everyone. It was, yeah.
Well, guys, talking about a man's man. I don't know if you've met our producer Grant.
Sir?
Grant, welcome.
How's it going, guys?
Grant's also the general manager here at the cafe.
Yep. And this is the second show we haven't plugged in, actually.
Grant is definitely a man's man. He's engaged, be
Yeah.
married.
Engaged.
Yeah, so he's working hard.
Really cool
Yeah.
girlfriend or fiance.
Super cool fiance, beautiful,
Yeah.
right?
She has a well-known last name,
Yeah.
right?
Anyways, yes, he does. All right, Grant. Congratulations to Grant. Grant's going to be playing along with us today, Michael.
Nice.
All right. So
Good.
let me tell you, our sponsor today.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Excellent.
Really
We've got a
good.
really like a man's man
Yes.
beverage today.
Big time.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bourbons. Not the only one I drink, but I like Makers, especially if I'm drinking it over ice. Kind of hot this afternoon. Of course, everybody knows that bourbon is American whiskey that is from Diego?
Louisiana or what?
No, it's from Kentucky. Right, Grant?
Isn't Kentucky and Louisiana? Kentucky?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Kentucky.
Grant knows. You're from Kentucky, aren't you?
Arkansas.
Oh, he's from Arkansas, right?
close.
That's
I
what I
think they're
meant.
Close.
Around there.
Close.
They're-
Might as well be the
They're
same
all
thing.
neighbors with each
I don't
other.
think they make whiskey in Arkansas, but we do know that bourbon does come from Kentucky. That's how you know it's bourbon. So we're drinking a little
Louisiana.
bit.
Where's Louisiana?
Louisiana is a state below Kentucky, I think.
Okay.
How about below
Louisiana.
Arkansas?
Making me sound
Can you
feel
please
bad.
pull up the map and show them where Louisiana
We
is?
have a big presence, our bank in Louisiana. So
there you
no
go.
trash in Louisiana.
That-
We're
you
all
could-
over Louisiana.
You could teach
First
us about
Horizons, so.
Louisiana.
What?
now.
Louisiana's a wonderful state down there with the in the bayou, the
It's from New Orleans.
Cajun.
Yeah.
and Cajun food
Yeah.
down there. Not like
Swampland.
Miami Beach, but it's pretty famous. They got a town there called New Orleans.
So
Right?
good. Food.
Yeah.
I mean, that food's
You know New
incredible
Orleans? You've been there,
Yeah.
Michael?
I have.
You have?
I was like 8, 9 years old.
Sound-
as they
oh,
walked
8,
me
9
down.
No.
I swear, as they walk, that was one of our family trips. As they walked me down Bourbon Street, as an 8 and 9-year-old kid. You know, it's one of my family trips. Growing up on the beach, we did a family trip once a year.
Well, you've never
And
gone?
We went to Burbage. I haven't gone there as an adult.
Oh, you have
I know. I
to.
need to go. Okay.
oh.
I got. I'll talk to the wife tomorrow
yeah.
night when we have dinner. Okay.
At first, I
talk
thought
to
you were
the
going to tell me, yeah, I went like when I was in college, but I don't really remember.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I had a great time. I don't remember anything after 3 p.m. I swear, we got there at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. That's the
right.
first city I've been to that you buy one beer and they gave you 2 free.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's 3 for 1. That's what that's called. 3
It's
for
crazy.
1. Yeah.
Never had.
Well,
never
I've been
to a place
many,
like-
many times. Oysters are wonderful there. The food, of course, is incredible.
Yeah.
And they got some things called beignets. You ever had
Beignets.
those?
It's great.
They're like French donuts. They're yummy.
We went to that famous place where they sell a beignet.
Beignet, yeah.
We went to have breakfast there one time, and all they sold was beignet.
And coffee
Yeah, and hot chocolate.
and hot chocolate.
That's all.
They have those famous cakes they do once a year.
Yeah.
What
Well,
are those cakes called?
is it the beignet or no?
No, it's something
no.
different. I forgot the name.
That's different,
Because
yeah.
we used to be headquartered there.
I
and they
also
would send
can't
out
think of the
cakes
name,
they
but
would
it's
send
a
out
very
cakes
Did it have white powder
It's
on
a
top?
It's a famous cake they send out. They celebrate
Oh.
something.
White
but-
powder?
Just move forward. Just keep going.
Okay, moving on.
Keep going.
Yes, thank God we got past that, Grant. Whew. All right, so, anyways, Maker's Mark, we're drinking it over ice. It's not from Louisiana, it's from Kentucky, and they are a sponsor today. We're very happy to be drinking a men's drink today, Diego.
Yeah, I can
You
feel
know-
the hair in my chest growing as I drink it.
Yeah, he feels very manly today. Diego was telling me that the last 3 programs we've had members of the LGBTQAI plus
Yep.
community here, and today, Michael, you're our first straight guy in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I
Yeah.
break the trend.
Thanks
But
for
you know what?
coming.
I watch your show and I watch all those guys that you had, and they're all great guys.
Oh,
All of
awesome.
them.
They're all
We love
friends.
them all.
Love them all.
They're all friends.
You know, it's a very small community in
Big
Miami
time.
Beach. We're all.
Yes.
That's
you know,
right.
so I love all the people.
And
you've had
one
on
of the
show.
main reasons
So-
why we had a lot of gay friends of ours on the show is because Gay Pride Month. You know, we were helping
course.
promoting it, all the events that was going on, and people that are actually involved in Gay Pride were on the show
Right.
as well.
And
So we-
Michael, of course, you know that June is Gay Pride Month. We knew that, right? The entire month of June is Pride Month. So we're celebrating that this entire month. Right, Michael? Yes?
Thank you for
Yeah.
squeezing me in.
Excellent.
Thank you
Yes.
for squeezing me in. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
we got him. We just got him in. All right, Michael. Let me tell you a little bit about Michael. I don't know if you know all these things that he's been up to, but Michael is a prolific guy. Just a couple of things that I really found interesting. First of all, Michael is the only banker in Miami Beach that was actually born and raised here. He is the local banker,
Yeah.
right? And Michael, you're the senior VP. I love it when they put senior VP. So that means you're above all the other VPs, right? But he's the senior VP of something called Private Client Group, which means he's not talking to us,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
I mean, outside of us, having some
I'll
cocktails.
talk to anyone, as you know, because
Yes,
we've
you're
all
a
been
friend-
out
very
commuting
friendly
together.
guy.
Listen, I would talk to anyone. It's all about developing relationships. You know,
Mm-hmm.
First Horizon is a publicly traded company headquartered in Memphis. We're only 161 years old.
Wow.
I think we're one of
Right.
the oldest bank charters left. So, we have our banking centers,
Congratulations.
retail banking, and then we have private clients. So, as I'm out and I uncover, needs for banking, it doesn't matter if you've got $5,000 or $5 million. I will talk to you. I'll guide you. And if you don't meet our private client threshold, I will introduce you to our banking center manager. on 31st
Exactly,
Street. So-
right.
So we're here for everybody. We're here for
Yeah,
everyone and to help them
everybody.
achieve their financial goals.
Wonderful. If
So-
you have if you're a starting level, you get to the first floor, and then of course to see Michael, you got to get up to the second floor, right over there on 41st Street.
You've obviously been on my office.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
I was
you
able-
haven't made it to the second floor yet?
I haven't been
We
able.
got to get you
They
up
wouldn't
there.
let me up the
We
elevator.
got to get you up there.
But I was down on the first floor.
It's a great
my-
branch.
Yeah,
Everyone
great
there is
branch.
awesome.
Yeah.
I know a couple of people that work there. Yeah, great
Yeah.
people there.
Yeah, First Horizon. I think I actually have my mortgage with First Horizon. I don't know why I know that, but I feel like I know
Are
that.
you making your payments on time?
I am.
Okay, great.
Excellent.
If you don't, you know the
we
guy
appreciate
here.
that. We
I
appreciate
know
it.
if you don't, you know the guy now.
Now we know who to talk to. Okay. Diego, Michael is the past chairman of the Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce, as you know, and he is now on the executive board. You're a current executive board member, right, of the chamber.
Correct. Actually been sitting on the board for over 30 years.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
was chairman of the board from 2013 to 16. Same time I was chairman of the City of Miami Beach Convention Center Advisory Board, which is really cool.
Was your dad also involved like you are? Or he
Yeah,
was just in
so
bank?
my dad was chairman of the board of the Miami Beach Chamber from 1974 to 1976. So it's the only time in the 100-year history of the chamber that a father and son chair the Chamber of Commerce,
that's awesome.
which is pretty cool.
That is
That's great.
pretty damn cool.
That's great.
I wanted to mention something about your father. You know, he moved here to Miami Beach when he was 5 years old. God bless him. How old is he?
It's going to be 92 in October.
He's going to be
Incredible.
92.
Long Jane.
Diego, you're not going to believe this, but I looked it up. He is the longest living resident of Miami Beach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 88 years in Miami Beach.
Oh, yeah, came when he was 5. Where did he come from? When
He came from
Yeah,
New
from
York. My grandfather had to move
Gee.
down here from New York to for health reasons, and he had a hardware store on South Beach, my grandfather.
Oh, hardware.
He was in the
store.
hardware business.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
South Beach was huge.
Now,
in
when this
hardware,
was what, in the
too. I remember,
mid-40s?
I mean,
This is when my dad graduated Beach in 51, so I guess you can back into it.
Before the war.
My dad was an only child, worked his way through college, University of Miami, went to law school, and went to work for a law firm on the beach, Corshon and Corshon, and they wanted to start a commercial bank, and my dad was the new young attorney. They said, go charter the bank. So that's how ultimately, at 34, he became the youngest bank president at the time of any bank in the United
Amazing.
States.
Jefferson Bank.
You know, got ownership.
Jefferson Bank, wow.
National Bank got ownership in the bank and grew it, and ultimately negotiated the sale in 1996 to Colonial Bank. Some of you remember Colonial Bank.
yeah, Colonial. Yeah,
So-
definitely. Now you see the commercials, the Colonial Insurance or Life Insurance Colonial.
Yeah, that's always.
Yeah.
I think that's always been around.
Yeah.
But
But that
Well-
famous picture of you on a dirt bike when you're 12 years old that you posted, was that in front of
I
your
didn't-
grandfather's hardware
so
store?
I didn't post that. It's funny you see that. A good friend of mine, John Golden,
Uh-huh.
posted that and surprised me. That's actually on 41st Street.
Oh, 41st.
And
I
for
thought it was
those
on
of you
Washington.
that are my age, Bernie, 61, you remember mopeds were really popular back in the 1975, 76. And my parents wouldn't give me one. And then they surprised me one day. I come home, I got a brand new moped.
Wow.
So, yeah, so
How
we're
old
all-
were you?
13 years old.
That's so awesome.
So we're on the moped driving on 41st Street. It was bumper to bumper traffic, and someone took that picture. I don't know who.
Incredible.
And it's out there, and it was sent to me. Pretty cool.
It's
Pretty
such an
cool.
awesome
Pretty
picture. I
cool.
love that picture, man. That's definitely an iconic picture. I thought that was on Washington. Remember Washington 30 years ago? It was every corner had a hardware store.
Yep.
Remember? I mean,
This was
across
a-
from
this
Fisher.
was a hub
everywhere.
of hardware stores.
But you
on
can also
Washington.
drive from 41st Street to South Beach in 5 minutes back then. Now it's 20 or 25 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Depending on traffic.
Yeah.
So Diego, he is on the executive board of the Mount Sinai Medical Center Foundation. I don't know if you know this, but there's a huge wall in that hospital. It's all Goldberg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know he's very proud of that. Of course, you should be.
Definitely.
You know, it's amazing how Mount Sinai has so much history, and you see names that you knew, and you see them
Yeah.
up on the wall. And
Well,
so
I think
forth.
it's part of everyone's life. I know all my kids were born there. All your kids
I
were
was
born
bo-
there?
I was born there.
You
My
were
kids
born there.
were
Your
born there.
kids.
Yep.
So it's such a big part of everyone's life.
I was born there.
You know? Oh, you were born
Yeah.
there too? No
Yeah, I was
way.
born there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's strange
Now,
because
my grandson was born there 2 years
Oh,
ago
nice.
in Mount Sinai.
it's strange because I've
Absolutely.
lived in North Miami Beach. I lived in Sunny Isles, but all my kids were born in Mount Sinai. It was just that was the place. You know, we wanted them to be born. We wanted the certificate to say Miami Beach. on it.
Yeah, it's
Put
a
it that
great-
way.
It still
It's a-
is. I
it's
think
a
we
great
do
hospital.
over 2,000 births a year. You know, some hospitals have gotten out of that business, but Mount Sinai has thrived, and they make it a good experience.
Yes, it's such
They
a
make it
great
really good
hospital.
experience.
Yeah.
Michael, you're the chair of the City of Miami Beach Zoning Board of Adjustments. You're doing that currently, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm actually on my last year, 7th year. I'll be termed out. That's been a lot of fun. I've been chairing it for the last 3 years. And the
Now
fun,
you hear about these city boards, but what does a board of adjustment do? What do you got? What do you
well,
guys do?
depending on what someone's trying to build, whether or not it's on their residence or a commercial
You
property.
decide, right? You guys decide?
And they're building above what they can build, what the code dictates. It may come to my board. It may go to design review. It may go to planning. But what's really cool about it is my
Who
dad.
ultimately decides?
Well, the board. It comes to us. They
Right.
come and they present, or their attorneys make the presentation. We have a discussion. It's all public comment. You know, sunshine and everything.
So if
And-
Jeff Bezos wants to come in, buy 6 houses, tear them all down, and build a giant hotel there, you got to approve it,
Well,
right?
you're going to laugh, and I can say this because it's already public record, but
Yeah.
our meeting 2 months ago, you know, we have Ken Griffith from Citadel, this is all public record, bought 4 lots on Star Island. and there was 8 variances that came before us.
Yeah. It was out this. I saw it this morning.
And you should see what he's building there. It's unbelievable what he's building there.
There
and
you
so
go.
his attorneys came, made a presentation, and we ultimately granted all 8
Yeah,
variants. So that's a pretty good.
I
pretty
saw
good
this
analogy to
morning. He bought
Bethesda.
it was like $100 million
So,
or something.
150. It's $150 million.
Are you saying
project,
that Ken Griffin's going to have a nicer house than Bezos? Is that what's going on here? Sounds like it.
It's public record. You can pull
Yeah.
it up. You should see the house he's going to build. It's
Incredible.
interesting. And he's
You're
making
on-
a big investment in the city of Miami Beach, which is
Yeah.
the most important thing
Yes.
that we all love because we're all,
Definitely.
we're all
Excellent.
No,
near,
it's just,
near our
it's just
hearts. So.
matching his name with Miami Beach is great. I mean, the guy's an entrepreneur.
Bring
He's
some
incredible.
of that cold VC money down from Chicago. I love it. You're on the board of the 41st Street Business Improvement District.
Yeah, that's fairly new. Ira Gillers put that together
Yep.
about
Yep.
a year and a half ago. Great guy.
He's a property owner there on 41st
Property
Street.
owner. And, when we had a GL bond issue back in 2018, 41st Street has about $15 million to spend. So, and then we also have the 41st Street Mayor's Task Force that I host their meetings in my office. So,
right.
the bid is basically the property owners taxing themselves.
Yep.
And then we have an executive director, Amy. And, we try and market 41st Street. There's a lot of opportunity. 41st Street is the second most trafficked street on
Yeah,
Miami
definitely,
Beach. The first,
yeah.
as you probably know, is Alton Road.
Yeah.
But there's so much opportunity because that's like, it's the middle
That's
beach.
it.
Everybody comes down,
That's
coming from
one
Now,
of the
Miami
three
Beach.
41st
entrance,
Street
yeah.
also belongs to Miami Beach, where Alton Road belongs to the state, right?
I believe 41st Street, the actual
Also
street
belongs to
is
the state?
actual, it's F, I think it's,
That is state?
I think it's F.
Well, obviously,
F.
41st Street
So.
is the main artery, right into Miami Beach, whether you're going south, mid, or north.
Yeah, it's definitely
the
in,
main
in-
artery.
in the middle. But what a
Um,
game changer it was when they put the lights up in the palm trees, huh?
Beautiful.
Incredible. Before it should just be a
Well,
sleepy place.
Yeah.
That came about by the 41st Street Mayor's Task Force.
That was Minor?
And Mayor Minor, who
Yeah.
I believe was the commissioner at the time, and we didn't even use bond money for that. That actually was the City of Miami Beach money.
Yeah.
And it came up that you look at some of the other cities, Surfside, Bay Harbor, Val Harbor, how it lights up and so pretty.
Exactly.
So that was a great initiative to really light up.
Pretty
light up the
much.
street.
It's just keep the
Make it
Christmas
alive.
lights on all night. Yeah.
What I see now when I drive up 41st Street is the police cars lighting up the
Wow.
street,
There's
right?
10 on the, I mean,
There's like one on every block.
every 6 blocks are like, there's
We're
a
on
cop
heightened
and everything.
security.
You can
at
tell
Miami
the
Beach.
mayor lives around there.
Well, that's an initiative of his, I think, to make sure that on all quarters, North Beach, South Beach, and Middle Beach, they drive
And I get
around
it.
with
There's so
lights
much
on. It's a
things
deterrent.
going on
It's a
with,
deterrent. It's a
with the Jewish
deterrent.
community
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So there's more protection needed and stuff like that. But it definitely helps that Minor lives a couple blocks
Near
from
there.
But look,
Well, we're not saying that he's diverting the police to protect
Well-
his neighborhood, but it's just.
look, he's one of the first ones to put traffic cops. Before him,
Yep.
we didn't have no traffic.
Been a huge
no,
help.
no.
It's been
Right?
a
Huge.
help.
Huge.
Remember, it
Huge.
was a pilot that went 6 months
Yeah.
that expired
Yeah.
a month ago. They just renewed it, I think, for another 6 months.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Because
It's
before,
really a
if
game
people would
changer.
just complain, nothing happened.
Couldn't
Now,
get across 41st Street.
nothing
5
at
o'clock,
all.
it was-
So
it was
he's
gridlock.
really making things happen. Yeah.
a real nightmare. You were a past chairman of the Miami Beach Convention Center Advisory Board, you were there at an epic time from 13 to 16 when they were in the process of renovating
Yeah.
the convention
Yeah,
center.
coincidentally, the same time I was chairman of the board of the Miami Beach Chamber. That was really cool. Jimmy Morales, who was the city manager at the time, reached out to me and said, "I want you to come, MC the groundbreaking for the renovation of the convention center." I'm like, how cool? He goes, "You're chairman of the chamber. You're
Yeah.
chairman of the convention advisory board." That was really cool. We
That's
literally
awesome.
did the groundbreaking, and then of course we renovated the convention center over $600 million.
Looks great.
And the cool thing is now we finally had the shovel in the ground for the convention center hotel,
Yeah.
which
what
is going to be a game changer. I was
Unbelievable.
there a few weeks ago. It's going to be a game changer.
That's going to be incredible.
Because that will enable us to draw back conventions that we aren't to get because their RFPs require that you have
Yeah.
a connected hotel.
Yeah, they need
So
a-
now the shovel's in the ground. So now we can start booking those conventions in the future.
What are we
Listen,
looking at? 3-4 years or what?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the time frame.
Yeah, 3-4 years.
Kind of the time
The
frame.
truth is that everybody knows that Miami Beach is in a slump right now economically. The retailers, the hotels, the restaurateurs, the little stores. I feel like this process has taken way too long, especially post-pandemic. With the Michael, without a doubt, the Miami Beach Convention Center is the economic driver of the city
Yeah.
of Miami Beach, and without it fully activated, everybody's hurting.
You're absolutely right. And, luckily, Freddie Peterson, who I know you guys know, who's on our board of the chamber, he's been running it for, I don't know, maybe 4 years, maybe it's 5.
Yeah.
We got the right guy running it, and now with the hotel, because when they go out and
Yeah.
try and sell the conventions, they go to all these
Well,
conventions to bring them back.
they-
But it's going to take a
They
little bit of
start
time.
renovating
you know?
at 16 or 17, right? And then they finish renovating in 19, just before the pandemic. Okay, so then that thing's got to sit empty for a couple of years during the pandemic. By the time they fire it back up, probably in 22, now it's starting to come back to normal levels, and so are just trade shows in general and events in general. But without the business credit cards that these trade shows bring, you will never fill up the hotels. You're never going to fill up the nice restaurants, and Miami Beach could fall into attracting a whole different kind of demographic, which is what's happened up until now. All right, so it's very important that we get that hotel done, up and running,
Yep, the sooner
and that
the
they
better.
start bringing some serious conventions down to the beach. By the way, I don't know, but if you're going to throw a convention in the United States of America, how many places do you really want to go?
Yeah.
You want to go to Orlando? I don't think so.
Look.
New York's a nightmare. Even Chicago, McCormick,
I get
and
it,
the
but
merchandise,
Orlando has a
it's
major
nightmare.
convention
The only place
center.
to throw a convention might be Vegas, but the best place in the world to throw a convention is Miami Beach.
It has to be.
Absolutely, because we have something that most people don't have.
We
The
have a beach.
Yeah.
We have a beach.
Exactly.
And we have warm waters. We have warm waters.
Warm water because I have a beach out there in LA,
Yeah, good
but
saying.
it's freezing ass water. and
Yeah,
it's dirty
everyone
and
from
you can't
LA's
swim
coming
out
over
there.
here. They fall in love with the beach here. But before we
That's
move
right.
away from the convention center, you need to get Freddie. Help us get Freddie on the show.
Oh, yeah, we need Freddie on
I
the
might
show.
be able to help you.
Okay.
with that.
Please, let him know. We want
he's
him
a dear
here.
friend. I might be able to.
I've had
Freddie,
dinner-
if you're watching, he's probably not watching, but
Yeah, he's probably not watching. That's why.
don't
we
worry,
need
he's
for
a
you
dear
to call him
friend.
personally.
He's a dear friend. I will call him.
He's a client of
I'll
my
call him.
wife. We've gone out to dinner and stuff like that, but I've been not been
Yes.
able to get him on the show.
Yes, and this
Yes.
today is a manly show. We're not messing around, Michael. I want him in one of those rear naked chokehold things until he agrees to come on the show. All right.
All right, so
Excellent.
I got
Right,
homework.
so-
I
Yeah,
got
you-
homework.
it's up
I
to
come
you.
on the show, I get homework.
Yeah,
So,
it's up
Michael,
to
what
you.
I get homework.
what we like to do is we like to get the locals' point of view. There's nobody more local than Mike Goldberg, the Goldberg family. His father's been here for 88 years. Everybody likes to
Incredible.
know where the locals eat, what you guys do when on your time off on the weekends and so forth. So we have a favorite restaurant that we go to that we love. That's our place. That's our go-to spot. Maybe you take the kids for their special occasions. Maybe the wife when you want.
Well, I wish I still
when
had
you
kids.
did something
I wish
wrong
my
and you have
kids
to
were still
impress her?
here. I'm an empty nester.
Okay.
My kids were third generation Beach High graduates. Alec in 2015 and Lauren in 2017.
Yeah.
Alex in
Congrats.
LA. Lauren's in New York. We're actually, my wife and I are flying up to New York July 17th, and I'm flying my son to New York.
Awesome.
So that's the only way you see them.
Yeah, exactly. For you
That's
to
the only
either
way you
fly
see
him
them.
in or
So-
you go fly and
So
see
I wish
them.
they were here.
That's
Well,
awesome.
If they were here, where'd you go?
well, I say Cafe Bernie, right?
Cafe-
Cafe Bernie, yes.
Wait, maybe I'll come here tomorrow for my anniversary.
There we go.
There you go.
Can you book a table
Do you
for me?
really want to
Can I
like
book a
really
table?
blow your wife away? I mean,
Okay,
you really
I
wanna
can do
impress
that.
her?
You know what?
This is an
But
anniversary?
I'd be cheating on my number one place to go, which anyone that knows me knows, and they would all say right now, for
I would even
35
say
years,
it, yes.
35 years, Diego, you know what it is.
Yes.
35 years.
I know.
Cafe
I know
Avante.
Avante, yes.
Okay, they've been clients of mine and my dad for 35 years.
Solid food, always.
How many restaurants have been open for 35 years on Miami Beach? Okay?
Great octopus,
Um,
right?
Great food, consistent,
Solid.
local place. I was there the night before last. Local place and great chicken parm. Everyone knows. I sit down there. They don't even give me a menu, Bernie.
just
They don't give me a
bring
menu. They give me
your
my
chicken
they give me
parm.
my address and they know it's a chicken parm.
Yeah.
It's a chicken
Avanti's
parm.
like you, like Prima Pausas to me.
Yeah.
Right? I've been going there for
Yeah,
30
you
years.
got
It's
it.
one of those
Yep.
spots.
And
I
when
know
you sit
the
down, they bring you
owner,
your
the
drink.
bartender,
They know what
everyone.
you want.
No,
When you go to
no.
Prima Pasta.
No, they don't.
Literally, I'll
They don't know what I want.
They don't give me a menu. People say, "Why aren't they giving you a menu?"
Well, I always get the gnocchi, so I always order the same thing.
I feel like when you're a little more important, they're gonna know what you're
Yeah.
drinking.
I mean,
Right.
if I wear a suit, next time I wear a suit.
I tell you, we love Avante. We love Lewis. He actually has a condo across the street. He comes
I
here all
know.
the time.
I do know that.
I was there
I do know that.
just somebody invited me to go to Avanti last week, so we were there. We had a wonderful meal. He's created a really nice atmosphere. It's the only place to go to on 41st Street, your main street, and it's a politics place. It's kind of a CNBC
You got
place.
Jessica there, his daughter, and now his
Jessica's
son
always
Nick.
there.
Now his son Nick.
Yeah, Nick's there. He was
So
there.
it's it's awesome.
Excellent.
What's great when you walk in a place and people know your name, and
They're
you know,
always
like
there, too.
Cheers, right? Everyone
Yeah.
knows your name.
Yeah.
You walk in, you say hi, this and that. It's always great. Yep.
Good stuff.
And
That's what happens when Michael walks in. Everybody says Norm.
No.
Hey, Norm just passed away. Though.
Yeah,
May
last
he rest in
week.
Okay,
peace.
well, I'm
we should
gonna
have a
be
beer.
around for a long time.
Yeah, we should
and I
have a
do.
beer
Sometimes
for
you'll
Norm.
laugh, guys. But I go in there sometimes because I'm in the mood for chicken parm, and I'll go in there after the office closes, 5:30. I'll sit at the bar, have a drink, order my chicken parm, and by 6:30, you see clients, you see friends, you schmooze, right?
Yeah.
And I have a great time.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I
Amazing.
do that.
Grant,
Plus, if you're
So
going
I
home-
am the Norm, I guess, sitting at the bar because I sit at the bar when I do
And
that.
now it's just you and your wife in the house.
It is. Yes, it is. Well, and my bird and my cat.
Yeah.
If that counts.
Burn the
If
cat.
That counts.
Grant, have you been to Cafe Avante? Do you know what we're talking about here?
I know of, but I have not been.
So
Oh,
Grant,
yeah, we can
do
Grant is in between Gen Z and Millennial, and that's why I wanted to get his opinion. I don't think anybody under the age of maybe 50 goes there to Avante, right? You've never been?
No.
I hear they got excellent chicken parm.
We got to get that next generation. in
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah.
We got to get that
Yeah,
next
go in.
generation.
It's right there on
Step it up.
41st Street
How's
by
the vodka
Walgreens.
pasta?
Yeah.
The what?
The vodka pasta.
The vodka pasta.
I've had that.
Oh my
there.
God! Yeah, I was with someone. We had a chamber board meeting Tuesday night, and a few of us went there, and they ordered that.
Yeah,
that
they-
chicken parm, but instead of the linguine or spaghetti, they got the.
They
asked
put
for the
fresh
vo-
mozzarella on there. Yeah.
There's a minor surcharge, but you can afford it. It's really not. It's $2.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a certain minor
We're
surcharge.
gonna try
Extra
that.
for the vodka.
It's a
Yeah, they
great
got to
spot.
get, they put a little Grey Goose in there. Anyway, Michael, we ask this every week, okay? Because everybody wants to know, what is the best burger in town? What does Michael Goldberg think the best burger in town
It doesn't have
is?
it does have to be a burger joint, just a place that's
Anywhere.
Well,
Good burgers.
I'll give you a couple go-to places
All
that I
right.
go, whether or not it's with a client or a prospect, whatever. Miami Beach Golf Club has become a go-to place.
Where?
For a couple, Miami Beach Golf Club for
Oh.
a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
There's easy parking.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a great
yeah.
view,
Yep.
and they got a good burger. They really got a decent
Excellent.
burger.
Yeah,
you know?
I had the burger there. It's really good
Decent
with
burger.
Carmen, the Torre. Yeah,
Decent
I
burger,
went
right?
there one time, had a burger. Really
Decent
good burger.
And
Yep.
I go to the new Roasters is really great. So I go to Roasters every
They
now
got
and then.
burgers there at Roasters?
They got burgers. Honestly, the Miami Beach Golf Club is a little bit better, but I'll order that or corned beef on rye.
Roasters
or-
and Toasters on
But,
41st Street. They got a new location there. It's nice.
Yeah, they moved a couple stores
Yeah.
over, but it's brand new.
Yeah.
New. It's been probably a year now, but it's nice. And I love a good burger. It's funny you say that.
Yes.
I really do.
I
love
love
a good,
making burgers at the
doesn't
house.
love
Do you
a
guys
good
remember
burger?
Fuddruckers?
Sure. Come
remember
on.
Fuddruckers?
They're the biggest
Are they still
burgers.
around?
No, they weren't.
Oh my God, that
The
was really
last
cool.
one,
How
yeah.
cool was Fuddruckers?
The
right?
last one, well, there was one 163rd, and then there was one in the Grove.
South, one out south. That was the original
Yeah.
one. That was the original one.
Yeah,
I think.
and I think
then
that
one
was the last one that
One on
closed.
Biscayne in like 184th Street. I think. That closed.
Yeah, right there. Yeah,
Where Olive
before-
Garden- where Olive
before
Garden
the
is
mall.
now.
Yeah, right
Millennial,
there.
you know,
Yes, right
do you
there
know,
where Olive Garden is
do you
right
know
now,
what
yeah.
Fuddruckers is?
Fuddruckers, of course.
Yeah, the original concept,
Out
like
south,
when you were
right?
walking in as a burger place, but when you were walking in, they had some guy like actually grinding the meat.
Oh,
You
and they
could see him
had
doing
all
that.
the fresh
That I don't
tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, and you could put your own
pickles,
toppings on
And you
it.
put your own toppings on.
Yeah.
Michael loved it.
It's good. It was
days.
big
Those are the days.
burgers.
Those are the
Yeah,
days,
those are
right?
great.
Michael, what about pizza?
Go to
Oh,
spot
wow,
pizza.
wow. That's really easy. That's really easy.
That's an easy one.
You know it. The sauce is so sweet, so good. Steve's Pizza.
Yeah.
So good, right? So good.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
it is what it is.
And I always tell
Listen,
the
they
same
keep
people,
raising their prices. I don't care. Whatever it costs.
Who
I get
cares
the
what it
extra large.
costs?
I get the extra large. I like cheese, but my wife likes mushrooms, so I'll do the extra large
Just
mushroom
plain
because you got to
cheese,
keep the
right?
wife happy.
Cheese.
But she wants the mushroom, so I'll get the mushroom.
I always-
and I'll kind of grin and bear it.
I tell the
you
people
know?
the same thing. I'm like, I like it because of the sweet sauce. There's
It's
something
so-
about that sauce.
Yeah, now we're talking about you're getting me in the mood. I may
I know,
pick
me
up
too.
one on the way home.
You want
I
to?
may pick up an extra large
Oh
mushroom
yeah,
for my
because
wife
you're on the way
home.
there. Yeah, you're
It's
good.
like-
You have to
it-
pass by it actually to go home now.
The place has been around forever. Though.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
Michael,
I mean-
if you showed up tonight with a Steve's Pizza, you'd be a hero, huh?
Wow. Maybe I can do that tomorrow night for my anniversary.
your
No, I don't think that's gonna cut
I
it.
think you
I don't
bring
think that's
the
gonna cut
pizza
it. That's not
home
gonna
with
cut
a
it. That's
bottle
not
of
gonna cut it.
champagne. No?
You think that would
Some
do
lingerie?
It will.
Sure.
With
Come on,
if
be
I do
creative,
mushroom,
Michael.
my wife would be happy. If I do an extra large mushroom, listen, she's great. I
you-
love her.
Can you imagine
She
being?
would totally be fine if I surprised her and brought home a mushroom.
Awesome.
Can you,
You know,
Diego?
it's
Can you
just-
imagine being married to a banker?
A bang there. 33
You know what,
years.
Grant? Order me a trophy. I need to send it to his wife. Order me one of those trophies.
Oh,
and
that's-
send it
that's
out.
true.
for putting up with me
Stat.
for all these years.
Yeah, married to a banker.
Banker, huh?
Listen,
She gets.
She's
She
great.
gets a big ass trophy.
Okay, I got to give Chris a shout out because she'll watch this.
Yes.
She's great.
Oh, what's it? Your wife's name is
go.
Kristen.
Christine.
Christine.
Happy birthday,
Christine.
Christine.
Christine,
Yes.
congratulations!
Happy
Tomorrow's your
Oh, happy
anniversary.
anniversary.
How many
Happy
years?
anniversary.
How many years?
Sorry.
We just calculated. We got
33?
married in 93.
We
so
did
is
the
that
math.
32?
We all messed up.
32.
32
Going on
years.
32, right?
32, yeah, this is 2025.
Or 33.
32.
We got married in 93. Okay.
Yeah, 32.
Yeah.
We just
I did it right.
solved-
Okay, we did it right, Grant?
The anniversary.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the math is right. Grant just plugged it into his, and you're married 32 years. You want to know that because if you F that up, you're going to get in trouble.
Especially tomorrow.
Yeah, especially tomorrow.
Yeah.
So make sure you know
I'll
that.
write it down so I remember it.
Okay.
Yes.
No, seriously, maybe Cafe Bernie over the pizza, but today would be nice to go get. Now I really want a slice of Steve's.
I know. The day
Yeah.
before. Yeah, day before
how-
anniversary.
Plain cheese for me, but I like it.
I like
warm
cheese.
it up and get it crispy for me.
Yeah.
And you know what? I
when
get
you get
extra
home,
large
yeah.
and we eat like 3 or 4 slices and then I have the
It's better the
2
next day.
You
Yeah.
got for the next 2 days.
You warm it
yeah.
up. You can even warm it up in a pan on a stove so that the bottom gets crispy and the cheese melts.
So good.
Pizza's
So good.
definitely better the next day.
Yes.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Love
All
it.
right, Michael, one more. What do we want to know, Diego? Go ahead, ask away. Ask Michael anything. He's
I
ready
mean,
to talk.
Nothing. I mean, I think we found out
We have,
with,
like,
yesterday.
2 minutes left.
Our last interview we had with Steve
Last
Haas, they
week.
actually knew each other. We had no idea
No,
that
Steve well. Steve's great.
Yeah,
Love
Steve
Steve
it.
Haas,
Love
the
Steve.
restaurant goat
Yeah.
here in Miami Beach.
City restaurant. I miss it, Steve.
City Hall.
Yeah.
City Hall restaurant. That's right.
Everybody misses
And then
it.
he started working at the Forge at 23, and he used to see your pops all the time because his
Yeah.
office was right across the street. So,
Jefferson, yep.
so we definitely learned a lot about you guys. We have no idea that you guys. I had no idea that Steve was
Well-
from here. I mean, he was.
I mean, Michael's a little bit younger. Steve was
75?
Yeah,
So
75.
he's
a little
6
bit
years
older
younger.
than you.
But you know, the multi-generations is really cool. When you have 3 generations of family, which we have, that grew up, there's always connections, you know, it's always connections.
You have an older sibling.
I'm the youngest of 3. I'm the baby, as my mom calls me at 61. She still calls me the baby.
Michael, your mother is still with us too?
She is. She's
Oh,
89. She lives in the California
God
Club
bless.
up in North Miami Beach. Yeah, I'm blessed to have.
Yeah.
My parents got divorced when I graduated BCHI in 81. My dad remarried the next year to my stepmom, Sandy. I'll give her a shout out.
Dude.
And on 59th and North Bay Road, since 1982, they're on 59th and North Bay Road.
Nice.
It's public record. Anybody can pull that
Public
up.
record.
So are
Public
you
record.
aware that
59th
the,
North
that,
Bay.
that the-
Look it up. See how much it's worth.
Are you aware that the third generation is probably going to stop with you because your kid one lives in Cali, the other one in New York?
I don't think Alec will come back here. I'm hoping, Lauren's going to watch this eventually, right? That Lauren will get that New York bug out of her system
Yeah.
and come back.
I did.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Listen, I'm blessed. I had 2 great kids.
Look.
You know, Alec graduated 2015, went to UPenn Wharton.
Oh, wow.
And then Lauren graduated 2017, and thank God she went to University of Florida. Can you
Yeah.
say Bright Scholars, prepaid
right.
tuition
Great.
program? That was really good.
Yeah. No, that really helps
By the way,
out. I mean,
Wharton,
after a
that's
few years.
that's
Yeah,
yeah.
it's big.
That's a big
Yeah,
deal.
it's big.
Yeah.
Let me
Since-
tell you something else. University of Florida today is a
It's
big deal.
hard to
I went
get
to
in
school
there.
there,
Yep.
where it was when it was easy to get in, but now it's very difficult to get in.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah.
It's,
So
that-
competitive for that.
All right, one more
generation.
thing. What else do we want to know where Michael goes?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
since you're giving a shout out to my kids, I want to give a shout out to my girls, my baby,
Exactly.
7 and 9 years old. Today they one passed first grade,
How old?
one
7 and 9.
Oh, I heard 79.
No.
No, my kids,
Seven
my
and
kids are
9.
not older than me. No,
There you go.
no.
You know what? That's the best. Enjoy it.
I know.
Enjoy it. It's the
well,
best.
this is my
It's the
second
best.
round because I have older kids, 25, 23,
I know. So
20.
you're going through it again.
So
you know?
I just want to give a
Good
shout
for
out to
you.
my babies,
Good
Amari
for
and
you.
Anjali,
Good
7
for you.
years old, 9 years old, one passed first grade, one passed third grade. So
Nice.
congratulations,
Yeah.
my babies.
That's
did a
awesome.
great job.
That's so awesome.
And I'm soaking it in. We're going to Italy next month, like I said. We're gonna have a great time over there.
With the kids.
I'm
the
taking
young-
all
with
my
the-
youngest
See,
and
so
oldest.
you're going. I did the same thing. I did a Europe cruise.
Yeah.
My wife worked for Royal Caribbean for 12 years, and when the kids were like that age, we took them to Europe.
Yeah, it's my
So
50th,
cool.
so I'm taking my older kids and my younger kids, and we're all heading out there for like
50?
2
You're
weeks.
50?
I'm gonna be 50 July 16.
Oh, you're
Looks
gonna catch up
good.
to me. I'm 61.
I
You're
know.
gonna catch up to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
He's
That's,
almost-
that's,
he's
that's
almost
another
caught up to it.
conversation.
And how old is Bernie?
Guys.
we won't get into. We
We
won't
won't
get into
get into
Bernie.
Bernie.
So we won't get
Guys,
into it, Bernie.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm a lot older than I look. Michael, thank you so
Michael,
much for joining
Thank
us.
you
Thank
for
you
coming
for
by
having
the
me.
show
Love you
today.
guys.
Always
Thank
great
you.
having you, man. Thank you, brother.
All right.
Yeah,
See you
cheers. We'll see you guys next
Yeah,
week.
we'll see you guys next week.